We're here today with Kwame Alexander, the 2015 Newbery Award medalist. He's here to talk to us about his book that won him the award, The Crossover. So thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, Cameron. This is it's been a whirlwind week, and I'm very excited to be here.
We're super excited, too. So just to start off, without giving too much away, can you tell us a little bit about the story and what it's about?
Josh Bell is my name, but Filthy McNasty is my claim to fame. Folks call me that because my game's a claim. So downright dirty, it'll put you to shame. It's a book about basketball, and it's a book that's told through poetry. And it's about family, it's about love, it's about relationships, it's about jealousy, it's about brotherhood. It's about two brothers and just how they move on the court and on the court of life.
And how did the title for the story come about? What does The Crossover mean?
Well, I knew I wanted to write a book that boys would be excited about, would be interested in. And so I tried to create a story that was going to be framed around basketball because, you know, when I was young, if I was going to read something, it was going to have something to do with sports. And so the crossover is a move in basketball. It's a move where you take the ball from one hand and you cross it over to the other in order to fool or to trick the defender. And so that's where I started. But of course, it's also a coming-of-age story about two boys, about twin brothers. So it's about their crossover or their crossing over from boyhood into manhood.
And I'm curious about the actual structure of the story. So it's very poetic in a lot of ways. It visually moves a lot around the page. And what were your choices for including those elements in the story?
Mom says, your dad's old school, like an old Chevette. You're fresh and new, like a red Corvette. Your game's so sweet, it's crepe Suzette. Each time you play, it's all net. I knew that this book had to be poetry. When you think of basketball, when you think of, Carmelo, when you think of LeBron, when you think of these awesome basketball players, and you see them on the court, it's like poetry in motion, the way they move, the way they pass, the way they dunk the ball. And so I thought that poetry would be the best way to capture that energy from the court on the page.
Yerpy.
Money. Yeah! We're taking it worldwide.
How I Got My Nickname by Josh Bell. I'm not that big on jazz music, but Dad is. One day I was listening to a CD of a musician named Horace Silver, and Dad says,
Josh, this cat is the real deal. Listen to that piano, fast and free. It's like you and JB on the court.
"It's okay, I guess, Dad."
Okay? Did you say okay? Boy, you better recognize this when you hear it. Horace Silver is one of the hippest. If you have as good as he jams.
Dad, no one says hippest anymore.
Well, they ought to, because this cat is so hip, when he sits down, he's still standing up.
Real funny, Dad.
You know what, Josh?
What, Dad?
I'm dedicating this next song to you.
What's the song?
Only the best song, the funkiest song on Silver's Paris Blues album. Filthy McNasty.
Crossover, I enjoy it because I like the rhythm and rhyme in it. It's a good book. It's good for everyone because it doesn't just talk about basketball. It talks about life, middle school, that in general. I like it. You can pick it. You don't have to. It's me. Personally.
Yerpy.
Money.